Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. So I just wanted to talk about that guitar tone I just had there for a minute. That was a little bit of a Hendrix tune. That's one of my favorite kind of guitar tones is big fat warm tone, verb and delay. Actually quite a bit of verb and delay in the sound. I usually go for a little less, but it's quite nice in this format to have that. And I'm running it in stereo. I don't often run in stereo, but I found for YouTube stuff, because it's just me playing by myself, it actually works better for the YouTube stuff in stereo. So to talk about that tone, I'm on neck pickup. I'm really a neck pickup person. That's my favorite place. That's where I live 99% of the time when I play. Unless I want... You know, to kind of rock out, but... And what I'm going for with that tone is... I don't want a sound that just kind of saturates and like everything disappears. I want a sound where you can make out every note. You see, even in the middle of a voicing there, you can hear the difference of those two chords. So even in the middle of a voicing there, you can hear the difference of the notes and the chords. So that's one thing I'm looking for. Another thing I'm looking for is like enough drive that I get sustained. I want a neck single coil. And so you see there, I'm getting like enough sustain, but it's not like saturated to the point where it's like taking over, right? I can still, like if I'm here, I just turn down to about 6 or 7 and it's clean. That's something I do a lot of the time, is like ride the volume for various different tones and things. More so probably than changing pickups. But you see there, like that's a sound that will clean up still. That's, again, another thing I'm looking at. It doesn't matter to me what gear I use, right? I use a Fractal FM9. I've got an FM3 on the way. I've actually ordered one. I wanted one for a little bit more portability for certain gigs. Like if I do a jazz gig, I don't need to bring the FM9. I want one sound. Do a blues gig, I only need like 2 sounds, a clean and a drive, and maybe a third, a tremolo or something like that. Should be plenty. If I'm touring and depending on what the sort of gig is, I might only need the FM3 and I can throw it in a backpack and be away. The FM9 is just a little bit bigger and heavier, which is totally fine. It's still doable, but the FM3 is just that little bit more portable. And if I don't need all the sounds, then why bring them? Anyway, so to me, it doesn't really matter what gear I use. It's like if I plug into a pedal and amps, I'm going to do the same thing. If I'm plugging through the FM9 like I am right now, I'm going to find the same thing. I'm searching for that tone. That's probably my favorite tone right there that I use a lot. That breakup. It's not heavily distorted, but it's enough. It slightly beyond the edge of breakup type thing. Hope this has been useful. I have done a preset built from scratch on the FM9 video, so if you haven't watched that, do watch that. That I go into a bit more depth than what I'm talking about today and setting up this exact preset you're hearing right now. So hopefully that's useful in this, but I just kind of wanted to talk about the concept of what I'm looking for with trying to find a tone. And then I like to swap guitars for different tones. So this has a certain tone because of the single coil. This has a totally different tone because of the neck pickup and it's hollow. Alright? So I'll just swap guitars if I want to get different tones within the same spectrum of sound. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I post every day on YouTube, so please subscribe if you haven't already.